Hello everybody, Fox here, going to bring you another 1 versus 1. This is going to be against Hissyfit down here in the south position playing as Panzer Elite, and up here in the north position we have our player Bailey's playing as our Americans. I'm going to get this game started from the 5-second mark, starting in 3, 2, 1, play. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I do not know anything about these players as well. I just know Hissyfit is playing on his main account because it was uploaded under the same name in game replays, and I believe he's been going up against like something around level 15 players or something. I do not know any of these exact level. Do not know the exact level of these players, but I know they are pretty high up there as well. As I always say, I really don't download any low-level replays. No offense to any lower players. I am one of those lower players as well. They just don't come off very interesting to me. And Bailey's asking if he is a Smurf. No, he is not. And Hissyfit replies with, "You're joking." Obviously, you can see here. Hopefully, you're watching HD quality, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to read that chat. And yes, I smurfed to level 22 versus 2 auto match. So there you go, guys. He is a level 20 in 2 versus 2, and there's no way he's trying to prove his point that there's if you're a Smurf account, it's going to be a low level account, and Billy doesn't understand that is what he means. So it looks like we have engineers here going to build some barbed wire, but they are going to get flanked by these two units here, and while building they will take extra damage, so he does book it out there very, very wisely. But he's going to get sandwiched here, sending one PG squad over on the left hand side, one to the right. Actually, one's going to go for the fuel point and trying to intercept that. Actually going to try to go in the building before he does, and it looks like he will, so the engineer squad is out of luck and they will have to book it out of here. He may lose one guy, so he will retreat, and hopefully he saves the guy. I'm not entirely sure. And yes, he will be able to get out of there, losing no units at all. And looks like he's going to repair this kitten. Very nice little trick there. The kitten, all its purpose is to scout and cap, so it's going to cap for these guys, and then the PG squad will repair it while it is capping. So Bailey's, I'm not sure. He's still not sure what Hissyfit meant. Still trying to figure out what his whole Smurf idea is. So I don't know what's wrong with Bailey, but right now he's not understanding that. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. Gonna go back to the game. Looks like American player gonna go straight for the fuel point instead and send his engineers to back cap that, while sending another engineer squad over on the right hand side to kind of slowly cap the right hand side that Hissyfit has mainly gone for. Gonna go switch over back to the left hand side here, and looks like we have a small push coming from our PE player, and our American player is gonna need a little bit more than that. He was trying to back out, but now it's kind of stalled out. Maybe just going to try to cap it anyway, because he does have a flanking rifle squad here that will be able to help. And oh, very nice play there. Hissyfit going to slow down one unit. I'm not sure why the fast retreat. Well, I guess I can see the fast retreat, because if he needs to retreat that one, there he goes. Does manage to retreat. Does manage to cap it. Unfortunately, he's just going to go back and decap that if he decides to. But he's actually not sending any units to decap that. I'm not sure why. I think that would have been a wiser choice. Bailey still thinks he is a Smurf account, and Hissyfit really doesn't care anymore, and he's going to continue to play. And it doesn't look like Bailey's is doing very well right off the bat. Hissyfit just kind of dominating him right now, and going to go for the plus 16 fuel. I'm not sure. Kind of wish he grabbed this, but it is what it is. And now actually he did grab this, didn't he? Oh, I made a total mistake there. That is Hissyfit's point already. I guess it was already capped, and I thought the American player. I'm not sure. I'm not sure why I didn't see that. Now looking at the colors, so our American player now was trying to decap it and going to cap it for himself and try to reconnect all this here. On the right hand side, nothing really happened according to the attack map. He was just shooing away some engineers that were up here and are already retreated. Going to check the tagging for both our players here. Going to go back in the south position. We have the logistics company. Hey, logistics. That's what I do in the Air Force. Actually, I work in logistics squadron, and he's also going to get a Panzerjäger command. I'm not going to act like I know what these are. I did learn them before I joined the Air Force, but now I totally forgot. Panzer Elite is my weakest faction right now, and I don't really remember what these two build. We're going to go back up here in the north position. We do have our a little skirmish here between two squads here. Panzer Grenadier squad is going to back up to yellow cover wisely, and the rifle squads are just going to say whatever. I have the advantage right now, and yes, he does. He's going to start capping this right-hand side, which automatically cuts off our PE player from all his resources on the right-hand side, and is going to force the PE player to come and engage him. So he's going to hop in this building, obviously, and use this green cover right here. Maybe throw another unit in here. Just be careful to any grenades or whatnot. So really, oh man, I don't think the PE player will be able to grab this because he's got a flank going on right here, and rifles do amazing up close. And one squad is going to have to retreat very, very early, and this allows the other two squads to get up, then do the damage, and rifles totally straight down win that fight. This squad needs to book it out of here. It's just too late here. Hopefully the American player uses the sides. A little bit of realism there. You don't want to be in the road. That will provide negative cover, as you can see to my mouse cursor. If you're on the side of the road, though, it will be normal and you won't take as much damage. Our rifle squad looks like PE's not going to chase on the PE squad. This Kettengrad, not sure what the purpose is here unless it's to kill itself. Looks like just a tiny bit of a micro mistake. Going to back it up though. Quick reaction. Very nice play by the PE player. Want to keep that alive as long as possible. Try and decap these at least. But the rifles are going to try and chase it down and may get shot down here from the range. If he gets a damaged engine, he is screwed, very, very low on health, and gets on the road. And once vehicles do get on the road, they do get a speed bonus, so he has just booked it down there, and he is safe to go straight back to base, and he will begin to repair that. So it looks like we have an armored car out. Does very, very good against infantry. I'm not entirely sure if our rifles did grab stickies, and that's what he need against this armored car. He can try to take it head on, but that's going to be a massive manpower drain for our American player. So he's going to hop in this building and try to keep this armored car as long as possible, just to try to delay it instead of attacking any other units. But it looked like he will wisely come over here and force this squad to retreat and stop decapping his plus 16 fuel, as well as the engineers over here capping, if he does manage to see that, which he probably will because he is pursuing these rifles. And no, it does not look like he's going to move back here in the south position. But at the same time, our PE player is going to cut this point off here, which stops any resources from the left-hand side. However, we do have rifles coming in to say something about that, and a grenade going off. Will they take the damage? Ooh, and loses his entire squad there, unfortunately. And yeah, that kind of sucks for our PE player. Scout car couldn't do the armored car couldn't do the amount of damage it wanted to before that happened. So now it's down about half health. Needs to be kind of wary about that, but I'm pretty sure he will be fine. Still, this rifle squad finally just now getting out of there, so this will allow the PE player to begin recapping this. But at the same time, the American player this whole time has managed to decap this plus 16 fuel and high munition point, which is plus 16 as well. Oh no, wait till we lose a rifle squad. There's a negative cover down to one more guy. Is he going to go in, just chase it down if he wants to? He needs to be careful. There are a few rifles and engineers coming out of there, and he decides not to. Just play it safe. So far, looks pretty even. Both players continue to cut each other off. Early game didn't look like the American player was going to do very well, but it looks like he is coming back. And now our PE player needs to hop into this. May hop in this building or not. No, he's not going to hop in this building. Actually tricked his opponent, and our American player, ooh, sorry about the scrolling in and out, threw a grenade in there, and now he's going to hop into it, and pretty much a wasted grenade. 25 munitions, how much it costs, and it's probably on cooldown now if you wanted to spend another 25 on a grenade. So now the rifle squad is in trouble, taking fire from both. One actually has rifle upgrades, and then these guys here are freely capping, and now are going to join the fight, so the rifles do decide to book it out here. Over on the left hand side, Ketten's still alive. You don't see that too often, as well as the armored car going to protect it, because probably 2 shots will take it out, maybe 1. Back here on the left hand side, our American player also regaining his left hand side, and his plus 16 fuel did get decapped by our American or PE player, but he is also getting resources from it, as you can see here on the left hand side. I will go back to attack map very, very soon. I just want to see what will happen. Will he lose these rifles? Once again, down to 2 guys, and the armored car does get speed boost, and yes, he does kill rifle squad, unfortunately for our American player here. And you can see he does have the defensive veterans. Oh no, will he kill a engineer? He does, in the weirdest way. I believe the engineer just laid down the mine, and then the armored car went over it and kind of killed this last guy here. He flew back. I love those physics here in the middle, though, placing more mines. Very, very wise play. that's just such a good spot for a mine, as everything keeps going over here, and you see his rifles will run into that. No, I'm not sure why it didn't blow up. Maybe because he saw it, I'm not entirely sure. But we do have our armored car here in a bit of trouble here. Very, very low on health. Does have the defensive thing, but I don't think that'll be enough, and a sticky will go on it, and that will. No, that was actually a grenade, not a sticky. That's interesting. That's the first time I've ever seen that in my Company of Heroes time in Company of Heroes. It does manage to damage engine though, so these rifles can focus fire it down if they want to, or and ignore these infantry, and it looks like he may do that, and he is trying to do that. Engineers now even moving in to try and take it out, but the armored car just doesn't want to die. 16 kills, 17 kills, and damage engine once again. Grenades going off on the right hand side. Very quick retreat there. Nice play by the PE player. However, he's very, very low on health, and boom, finally goes down. Down with 17, maybe 18 kills. 17 is what I last saw, so our rifles now can finally move in. Do we have anything to counter it? No. He will maybe decapped here. Only very, very weak PE squad. Not very, very weak, but down to half health. Who will grab the building first? And it looks like our PE player will. Very nice play. They're gonna try to throw a grenade onto the ground and catches that one guy before he gets in. Now very, very low on health, and the rifles will be able to focus fire it. You can see the PE player did use slow on it to beat him to the building, but unfortunately our American player countered that with grenades, and this side will be his now. But will the PE player try to take this out or go for his own cutoff? And doesn't look like he's going to do that according to the attack. I mean, he actually has a tank hunter out. Not sure why. Well, I guess he hasn't seen bars for a while, and I haven't seen the tech actually. Hasn't seen bars, but he did see stickies and grenades, so that would delay vehicles for quite a bit. So I'm not entirely sure what the tank hunter is exactly for, but he did barge that wall down, and that is not bad micro. That is actually very, very good micro, because he wants that wall to be knocked down, which will allow the range of this tank be able to shoot in this area. So that was pretty interesting there, and now the PE player can shoot freely, as I just said earlier. So now here come the two squads. They're going to push that rifle squad out and manage to decap it. This little guy here is actually doing the capping, while the rifles do have to fall back. They take quite a bit of damage here, not able to take out these two squads. But do we have any reinforcements right now? No, we do not. Just rifles trying to cap up and then build up his forces right behind this hedgerow, as nothing can shoot at him right now. He's just going to try to decap his plus 16 fuel. However, the PE player going to shoot onto that squad. Doesn't look like he will be able to stop him though, as this does have 5 guys and there are more rifles on the way. That Ketten though, we have a little bit of flank with 2 rifles here on the left side, 1 rifle here on the right side, and here comes the push from our American player. All the infantry are retreating. The Martyr though, not going to do too much damage against the infantry. The armored car really is the only fighting unit here, and it does have to back up because it can be stickied, and unfortunately Ketten finally goes down hiding right here into the hedgerow, and looks like our American player does come out on top, but in the meantime he still hasn't managed to cap this point. But what's the point? He has nothing really to cut his opponent off except this plus 16 munitions. He's already capped this fuel point as well as that munition point, or it is in the neutral. So right now he may go for that or go for the sticky. All the rifles are moving on to the armored car. Do we have any reinforcements coming in? No, actually we don't have them coming in because this is his base, so really he has full health squads for the most part. Gonna take on that squad, and ooh, will he lose a rifle squad? Oh, did he get a little too greedy? I was cutting it close. The grenade didn't really seem worth it, as he only lost 1 guy, but it did force a full retreat. So it looks like the Martyr gonna set itself right here, so it doesn't get that extra range, and try to fire at that building with the rifles in there, just being totally annoying right now. The US player is just trying to keep his advantage, keeping the units of the PE player here as long as possible. Gonna just building hop right now, and that's going to delay capping for our PE player unless he decides to go for a hard left all of a sudden. Looks like he did build another Ketten to get the VPs. The VPs are 393 to 465, so they are favoring our American player at the moment. But it's not by a huge margin still. They are pretty even so far. And if you can check the tech now, we do have actually a motor pool out on the field. And he's actually got an AT gun to counter this armored car. The Martyr may be able to snipe it, but it's not something you want to rely on the Martyr to do. We actually have Rangers out now, and that will do very well against armored cars. So far the American player going having great counters right now, stickies and AT guns, as well as the Ranger squad, which is downright good unit overall, able to cap, able to take on infantry units pretty well with the Thompson upgrade. And obviously they come with bazookas with that 400 manpower cost to take on light vehicles like this. And looks like he was just trying to knock down this building because these buildings are just so annoying for him right now. And American player has been using it to his advantage for a while and does finally take it down. So now, ooh, trying to block it, but kind of does get the block. But will these rifles actually be taken down? The armored car is going to try to chase it down. Down to 2 guys. Do we have any help from our American player? No, we do not. According to the mini-map, they are trying to get out of the base right now. Down to 1 guy now. Very, very low on health. That's practically no health. Here come all the units, so we'll be able to stick it in time. And oh, did he get a little too greedy? No, he booked it out there. Pressed the boost button and hit your nitrous, and now he's out of there. That was pretty cool. And now he's down half health, but that can easily be repaired. Definitely worth it. Oh, it would have been totally worth it if it was killed. This squad has 6 kills and actually has veterancy on it. So looks like our American player can cap the left-hand side with 2 squads and an AT gun. Pretty well positioned here for any units that come through here. Looks like our PE player has actually made an HQ, which will allow him to build units straight out of this building. And you can see it's practically full health. It's a very, very nice play by our PE player. Going to try to get floated here, but grenade going off, and ooh, taking quite a bit of damage. PE player does not react to that fast enough, but they can reinforce from here. So will he be able to hold it? I'm not entirely sure. The Martyr over here going to try to take some shots, but that's not going to go too well, especially with rifles over here. We do have 1 squad though trying to take it on, and if they can stop this rifle squad, that would help us Martyr out quite a bit, prevent any stickies going on them right now. But it looks like a squad did have to pop out of that, and oh man, needs to be careful. Martyr is going to back up. The armored car trying to kite those units. Don't want to get too close. That's dangerous close, especially when your rear is facing it. And yeah, you can see the Ranger squad was about to fire on it, but he did manage to get away in time. And up here we have more fighting in the north position. I think our PE player actually lost a squad, so go back in the left-hand position. Almost decaps that HQ, but he hops in there, and now he can no longer decap it. And you can see this meter here is how close he was. And the rifles, though, may take out the squad, as they do have bars now, which do a lot of damage to infantry, and they do a decent amount of damage to armored cars. They actually do pretty well, considering their bars. Back from the south position, we actually have a 2nd armored car. So really, it's going to really come down to how well the PE player can kite with his vehicles, and how well the American player can get close to those and land some good shots with his bazookas or stickies from his rifles. So both players counting each other very, very well. It's all going to come down to the micro, and while the American players managed to cap all the way to the front lawn of our opponent's base, our Panzer Elite player's base, Hissyfit. So right now he's kind of a bit in trouble. Going to try to do a slow leaping push on the right-hand side. Does manage to decap this right here. So the VPs are 371, 453, and not favoring anyone, especially our American player. An American player may go for that sooner or later, but he will have these armored cars or whatnot to try and take care of that from a safe distance. And what is firing? I'm not entirely sure what is firing. I think this Martyr actually trying to take around this bush, which will allow some range for his units to fight. This thing won't be in the way. However, this will allow the AT gun, though. I think this may favor the American player a little bit better, just because the Martyr isn't that great against infantry, and really the only units right now that the meat really is what the PE player has is 2 armored cars. And if this thing goes down here, armored cars can't retreat behind this hedgerow anymore, and this will allow this AT gun more range to shoot on things and whatnot. So we'll see how that goes. Maybe the Martyr can try and counter the AT gun later in a fight, if that fight does happen to go on. Now the armored car going to chase out this engineer squad. You can see a very nice play by Hissyfit, going to capture this point because it is so much faster and easier to capture. That cuts the American player off from these 2 points right here. But a rifle squad has something to say about that, and it's going to recap it, and maybe the armored car will try and handle that as well. The Ketten here realizes that, and it's going to fall back, but did not fall back enough, and there he goes, managed to fall back. And actually there might be a big fight very, very soon here. You can see the American player getting into position. He may just try to hold his ground. Looks like more of a defensive position. He's got units kind of spread out throughout here. An AT gun here in the back, and over on the left hand side does force the rifles gone. As I was saying, over here on the right hand side, yeah, he's got a pretty good spread. May try to push capture these 2 points right here and call it good, or maybe try to poke in a little bit and not get too aggressive. Don't want to blow your good lead. Place a few mines down, which definitely help your lead a lot, especially if you do lose a fight. You place a bunch of mines down. PE player tries to move out with his already injured army from a battle that he just won, and then he'll hit some mines and will be forced to retreat and really doesn't get anything out of it. So here we go. Armored car going to try to take on this rifle squad that is decapping. It doesn't look like they will do enough damage. Stickies, no. Ranger squad, I don't think Ranger squads can throw stickies down. And actually we have artillery going down here, but it looks like it's a total blunder because Hissyfit did see that quick enough and moved his armored cars to the side of the map. So really this is just a cool show to watch. Looks like we do have I believe I'm not entirely sure what the doctrine is, but he is able to build Hetzers now, which is a cute little tank, kind of like a Stug, but not really. The cannon really is the only thing that acts like the Stug, where it doesn't really turn, kind of like the Martyr here. The turret does not turn. You'd have to turn the entire vehicle, so it is a decent little tank. But these Rangers here can do quite a bit of damage with their bazookas, just because it is not like a Tiger or anything like that. So far, still not much going on. So these guys are just gonna still decap, really gonna bite on the edges and really pressure onto the Panzer Elite player, because the VPs do not favor him. In fact, the entire map does not favor him. You see all this red is for the American player. Gonna check if we are building anything else. I heard hammers, and yes, we have a Camp Groof, whatever company, and I think that I believe that builds motors and whatnot, and he might go for that very soon here to try and take on this image. Whoa, lots of damage going on here. Not entirely sure what that was. Could have been a mine actually, but the American player tried to do a little move here, and the PE player handled that very well and just kicked his ass right out of there. And now he actually got a bar out of that. He was able to repair and health, so really he didn't lose anything for that fight. Over here in the south position, looks like he's just going to repair an armored car, and I hear a little bit more fighting, not sure where. Looks like our PE player did manage to get the left hand side a little bit more. And armored car he's being very careful, these armored cars, and I like that. We don't want to be too greedy with these squads, especially now if he probably knows the AT gun is in the area and hiding behind this hedgerow from a good angle. These squads don't want to move out too far yet, especially without any support. We do have some anti-infantry right here. I believe that is called the MP44. Correct me if I'm wrong. I just know some machine guns really good when they get very close. Like these bars here, so you can see the firepower of this squad right here. However, engineers are going to go for the flank, go try to hop in that building. He does realize that, so he does move back a little bit. Gonna just mow down these rifles, and now the rifles have to book it out of here. The PG squad needs to move though. These flamethrowers just tearing it up. Will he lose a squad? Down to one guy. I think he will probably get out of there, and Hissyfit looks like he said he target fired the wrong thing, so a little bit of miss micro there. Probably the cause of that. I couldn't imagine him running right through the flames to try and take down that rifle squad. Bailey said, well, my crack squad failed. I'm not entirely sure what he means by that. We do have the AT gun here on the left hand side, so he has a good spread of spread here, because it does not leave the AT gun alone. It does have a rifle squad to support that if there are any flanking going on. You can throw down a sticky, or if any infantry try to run up on the AT gun, he does have one fully held bar squad here. So here comes the armored car. AT gun takes a shot, hasn't decided to move the armored car yet. Yes, he is going to move, so he knows the AT gun is in the vicinity. He needs to be very careful. Kettengrad needs not to get too close to these squads. So a little bit of kiting game with range here. It does manage to decap it, but not cap it yet, because the armored car just does so much damage. And it looks like the PE player will get out of there. Will he realize that, though? He hasn't moved the squad yet to cap that VP. Looks like he's kind of busy over here on the right hand side. Not too much going on still. And that's a lot of freaking manpower, up to 1,000 manpower floating. I'm not sure why that is. If you just, yeah, I really don't know the reasoning. I don't think there is any reasoning for that. Hetzer only cost 600 manpower. Probably forgot it. He was saving up for it and forgot about it. Ooh, lots of mines going off here. I believe the Ketten is able to spot that, so he's taking those out with his armored car, so it doesn't affect him later on to the game. Here on the right hand side, ooh, damage engine on the Ketten. Does manage to get behind the building though before it takes any more damage. It's trying to book it out if you're down that road. Armored car though, trying to save it. May try to block them, maybe not. I'm not entirely sure. Stickies are dangerous, and the Ketten actually gets further away with the burning engine. You can see the smoke right here, and armored car still trying to protect it. Squads are coming back here. This little Ketten guy is save me, and he does manage to, I think, get away. Actually, the bars are able to fire on it from the building here, and now the kitten's away. And I'm not sure what these PGs are doing at the moment. Actually, I see what he's trying to do. Trying to counteract these huge rifle movement over here on the right hand side. And finally, we may have an actual battle here. As our US player has made decent defenses here, but I think what he needs is sandbags. But at the moment here, we have somewhat of a fight. I think if the US player just grabs all these rifles, pushes them on the right hand side, grabs these guys up here north, pushes down, I think he can win the fight. But I guess he doesn't want to get too greedy. But scratch that. Those armored cars are in the back here, but kind of leaves this section of the army alone. Grenades going off though, trying to hold their own here on the right hand side. These guys aren't doing anything really. You can totally bring these guys to the fight, but he is deciding not to. And unfortunately, the US player will lose that fight, and that allows the PG squad to kind of sneak over here. But no, there's a mine to counter that. So actually, I can kind of see what he was trying to do. He would probably have lost that fight if he did send his rifles over there. Actually, because of those armored cars, they would have been in the open. So he's going to try to keep as much as possible as he can. He actually does have sandbags behind there. I did not see that. I thought there was just barbed wire. So pretty sexy here. I haven't seen that before. I've seen the barbed wire, but I've never seen the tank traps set up like that. So we're fighting here in the middle. Armored car going to take on this rifle squad. Looks like the armored car will definitely win that fight, unless there is a flank going on. No, there isn't, especially with the PG squad here. Going to protect this flank a little bit here on the left-hand side. AT gun, though, moving up. Going to try to take a few shots here. Probably won't kill it. Just going to force it to back off. Rifle squad, the only reason it's sitting there is to try and keep it there as long as possible. So yes, he does realize it's taking shots, and now is going to book it out of here. And actually, AT gun taking the cover out for our rifles there. It doesn't really matter now. The rifles are going to get out of here. And ooh, oh baby, we got our cute little Sherman here. May have something to say about these vehicles here. That pretty much counters every single unit, or excuse me, vehicle except this Martyr. So it's all going to come down to this Martyr. This Martyr needs to stay alive. The Sherman, we have a very, very nice fight here up in north position. AT guns and the Rangers. Can the Sherman needs to get over here though? Needs to help support his AT gun. Mortar is actually trying to counter that AT gun at the moment, and here comes the Sherman. So he does realize there is